Hey G fans, GoGFan93 here, and welcome to Super Godzilla Breakout. I almost messed up on the title, but yes guys, Super Godzilla Breakout, it is finally here. Now, for a lot of you guys, you might not even know about this project, but for a lot of my older subscribers who have been around since 2013, when the first Godzilla Breakout was done, basically you've been waiting very long for this. So what this is a post-commentary video. It's not like a direct let's play or anything like that. I just recorded footage of the game and I'm talking over it to explain a lot of the game's details and all that stuff with it. And so yeah, but the game is released. You can play it right now. I'm uploading this on the day that the game is going to be released, which is December 31st. So we basically got it done and released on the last day of 2016, and I'm very happy because that was my goal. I really wanted Super Godzilla Breakout to be done in 2016. So I'm very happy that it got done, and I just wanted to say a few thanks to well, not just a few, like a tremendous thanks to Burning Godzilla Lord. Now, for those of you who don't know who Burning Godzilla Lord is, he's actually a friend of mine that I actually, well, pretty much even before I became GoGFan93 on the internet, I first started out on the Toho Kingdom forums with my ideas of Godzilla Breakout and also Godzilla 2D Saga, which eventually got cancelled. But Burning Godzilla Lord was like the first person I ever talked to in the Godzilla community on the internet. And then through Godzilla Breakout, he actually helped me program a little bit of the ball to make it work a little better with the physics. And since then, we just became friends. So basically, Burning Godzilla Lord has been my first Godzilla internet friend, basically. And the thing that's so great about it is that he, was willing to come back to help me with this project. And so yeah, like right after I finished Godzilla Breakout, I decided to make a sequel, and I wanted to improve. I wanted to do more with it, I wanted to have more levels, I wanted to have boss fights, I wanted to have just cooler looking models. Like, as you can see, the bat, it's not just a simple bat like it was in the original. Like, it's actually two Godzillas with beams going across from each other. Just it's just like it doesn't make sense, but it's not supposed to. It's not, this game isn't really supposed to be taken seriously. It's really just a Breakout game with a Godzilla coat of paint. So and boss fights put into it for some fun, and the boss fights are by far my favorite part of this game, and I'm really happy that I decided to have the idea where you could fight bosses and you would have to have Anguirus fly around and hit them and all that stuff. It's just such a, I love it. But going back to Burning Godzilla Lord, so a long time, like probably in 2014, I asked him if he wanted to help me continue work to continue with Super Godzilla Breakout, and he was totally up for it. The only problem is that because of my popularity with my channel back in 2014, when Godzilla 2014 was coming out, I completely forgot about this project. This project went on the back burner, and I just focused on my channel, and that's it. Then in 2015, I wanted to bring it back, and once again, I just kind of lost track of it, and it never happened after asking Burning Godzilla Lord if he was still interested, which he still was. So then this year was the year when I really wanted to get this done, and once again asked Burning Godzilla Lord for his help. Once again, he said yeah, and for a good almost year solid, we have been working on this game. So the game was pretty much in development in 2013. It started in 2013. Right after the release of the first Breakout game, and then it kind of went in development hell. It kind of got not scrapped, but just kind of forgotten in 2014. In 2015, it kind of came back, but still kind of development hell. 2016, full throttle development, full solid year of developing the programming, physics, and all that stuff. A lot of the assets were already done in 2013. I took the time to get, like, as you can see, the blocks where the monsters are. Those were done in 2013. So like I said, a lot of the assets were already done. It was just the matter of the programming, and that's where Burning Godzilla Lord comes into play, is that he's amazing with programming. This game was actually made on the Game Maker engine, and I've had a very long history with this engine. It's just been so long, and I'm not really good with programming, but Burning Godzilla Lord just made it happen, and he made this game better than I even imagined it to be. He threw in a lot of ideas that were just amazing, and like there's a lot of Easter eggs that he came up with that are really cool, which I'm not going to spoil in this video. I'm also not going to play through the whole game for you because I don't want to spoil the last 2 bosses, and I don't want to spoil the little extras, but what I can say is that there are unlockables in this game. It has a saving mechanic, and it has a level select. Now what's really cool is that Burning Godzilla came up with most of those. He like pitched them to me, and we kind of then fleshed out those ideas. But he mostly came up with the idea for the level select and the saving mechanic. I didn't really expect there to be a saving mechanic, but it's actually really helpful when you're playing the game and then you want to quit, like you got to go do something, and then you come back to it and it works. Now, in my experience with the game, with testing, there's been a slight issue, like a bug that we've tried to figure out, and Burning Godzilla doesn't have the issue on his end, so I'm thinking it's just me, but the saving sometimes bugs out where it doesn't save your progress, but I'm fairly certain it might work for you guys. It might just be my computer, but yeah, so I don't know about that, but so yeah, and as you can see, there are multiple levels now, each with different backdrops, and then bosses are for each of the different levels as well. So right now, the second level, we're now fighting King Ghidorah, which is really cool. Oh, and this is the really cool part. You can actually bounce Ghidorah's head on the bat as many times as you want. It's kind of a little funny Easter egg, because in the movie, Godzilla shot his head off, and there we go. So that was completely Burning Godzilla's idea, and I freaking love it. So. So yes, Burning Godzilla, thank you so much, man. It means so much to me that you stuck with it, and you know, we had some there was a time where he had like a computer crash on his hard drive, so we kind of lost progress, but it's fine. I mean, it's all in the past now. The game's done, and that's what matters. So but thank you again so much, Burning Godzilla, from the oh my god, the bottom of my heart. It's just amazing that we got this done, and it's so cool to see it actually finished, and I can't wait for you guys to play it. So a little bit about the game itself now. So as you can see on the main menu, I didn't want to stick around the main menu for too long, but the main menu has new game, continue, which if you've played the game, then you exit, you can save, and it'll bring you back to your current progress, or if you get a game over, you can start again. Then it has free play mode, which is after you've beat the bosses, it unlocks the stage for you, so you can come back to it at any time you want. So let's say if you want to fight King Ghidorah again, but you don't want to start from the beginning of the game, that's okay. We have level select there for you. It's called free play, so it's good. Then there is skin select. Now what skin select is actually different skins for your ball. Now I know that sounds very weird, but get your mind out of the gutter. That's what it is. So Anguirus right now is the ball. There's 4 more skins that you can unlock, and I'm not going to say what they are because I want to keep it a secret for you guys, for you to unlock yourselves. But the way you unlock them is you actually got to play the game. You got to do some certain things. Think about it when, like, you know, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, you had to do some things to unlock the characters. That's kind of what we're doing with this game. Now there are also cheat codes that were programmed into the game, but once again I'm not going to say what they are because I want you guys to play this game to the fullest before, you know, any cheats get shown off or anything like that. So and then after the skin select there is the credits option as well, and I think I'm missing something. I can't well, no, maybe that is all it. So the game itself, as you can see, bosses are dynamic. Bosses have their own individual way of fighting you, and basically what happens is every time you get hit, you lose 5 points, but when you hit the boss, like I just did, you gain 5 points. And obviously the goal is to get the high score. Now right now, as you can see, I've already played this game. Obviously I've had to play it multiple times, so I have a score of 2080. And it's actually pretty tough to get to that score. It might not seem like much, but when blocks and bosses are only giving you 5 points each, it's really tough to get to that. But one of the other great additions that I wanted to make in the sequel that the original didn't was power-ups. I wanted to have power-ups in this game, and when we get to the next section, I'll show you guys each of the power-ups when they show up. There's also a stage complete screen, so you can quit at any time. So right now, what you're seeing, this is the standard breakout mode, right? That little yellow guy who's floating down right there, that's a power-up. And the thing that's weird with that one is that one has a black core. You don't want to get the ones with black cores. Those are called the power downs. So you have your power-ups, which are helpful, beneficial to you, and then you have your power downs, which are going to impact you negatively in the game. So what those yellow ones do, they actually take away a life, and it actually gets pretty tricky here. There's like 3 of them right here. They're all spawned randomly, so every time you play, it's not going to be the same. Every time you play, they're going to be different, which is great. That white one right there, that has a pure core in it. It's a you know, complete white. That one slows down the ball. So for the players who aren't good at, you know, keeping the ball on track when it's going really quick, that one will be helpful to you. The blue ones, those extend the bat to make it larger, and then there's also a blue-black one with a black core. That one will shrink your bat, so it'll make it smaller. The yellow one right there with that's the solid core one. That one will give you an extra life. Those ones are very important. You definitely want to get a lot of lives by the end of the game because it gets pretty challenging. There's also a red one, which gives you double score. So every time you get when you get that power up, every time you hit a block, it'll give you 10 points instead of 5. Right now, as you can see, I'm getting 10 points. And then I think that's all the colors. Oh, then there's a green one, and what the green ones do is they actually give you a shield, and the shield extends, and it's basically Godzilla's breath, and it gives you a big shield, and you've probably seen it already, and that's basically what that was. Then on the bottom, you have a HUD, and the HUD shows lives. It shows your score. Right now I have 1265, and then the high score, and then the game controls right there, and then what stage you're on and a picture of the stage. So as you can see, huge difference from the last game. And also the barriers on the edges of the screen, they actually move. So as you can see, they're actually moving. So right now we're fighting Super Mecha Godzilla, which is an awesome boss fight. The thing that's cool with him, and also the bosses do get increasingly difficult, also because their energy gets increased. Batra's life started at 100, but Mecha Godzilla 2, he started at 150, so it gets a little bit harder and harder. So yeah, what's cool about Mecha Godzilla 2 is that he'll actually shoot, he'll be shooting missiles down like Mecha Godzilla 75 did, but the cool thing about him is he's actually going to fly up in the air and go on the other side of the map. And then he also, do you see what that thing he's doing the flying thing right there. But if you also notice, he'll do this like kind of shutter thing, and what that does is it actually pushes your bat away. And it makes it kind of this like intense, like, oh, he's trying to push me so that Angerus will fall through and I'll lose a life. So it's a really cool boss fight. I really do like this one. Now I'm actually running out of time for this video, but because I wanted to keep it brief because I want you guys to go out and play this game. Also, please, I do encourage you guys to make Let's Plays, reviews. Please give us feedback. We would love to know how you think, because this game is really important to me. This was a labor of love, and this was a game that took almost 4 years to make. This is one of my longest projects I've ever worked on, even before I started my channel. So it would mean a lot to me for you guys to give me feedback. This is probably the first big release for Atsuri Studios, for my studio. Also, another thing is with Burning Godzilla Lord, as you can tell in the main menu, there was also Craze Interactive. That is Burning Godzilla Lord's, I guess you could say, quote-unquote, studio. So Atsuri Studios and Craze Interactive were the ones who brought you Super Godzilla Breakout. So, I really do hope you guys enjoy it. I mean, this game, it's just, everything about it is just so cool. There's also very cool techniques you can do. You know, the more and more you play, you get better at it. You start to learn some little skill shots you can do. You start to learn how the ball physics can work, and it's really great the more and more you play. Okay, right now, here's a good example. You see Angerus, he keeps on going horizontal. That's a glitch, right? Well, what we've done, what you just saw there, Burning Godzilla Lord did an amazing idea where he put in an option where you can hit R and it resets the ball. Now it takes away a life, and that's so you can exploit the option, but only use the reset ball if the ball gets stuck in a glitch. It would have been really nice to have that in the first game because the ball would get stuck all the time and you would just have to quit the game. But now, if the ball gets stuck by any chance, you can reset the ball. Just remember, it'll take away a life though. That way you don't exploit it. So yeah, this is actually the next stage. This is almost where the video will end though, because I don't want to spoil the last 2 bosses. So there's 6 stages in total, and it has really good replayability because you can go back and unlock those skins. So it actually gives you an incentive to go back through the game and see how big of a high score you can get and try to unlock all those skins for the ball. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we're just, you know, there's really nothing else I can talk about at the moment because I really want you. There's so much more I want to talk about, but I don't want to spoil everything of this game that it has to offer, because like I said, Burning Godzilla Lord implemented some really great ideas, and I love everything that he did with the game. He made it so good, you know, way better than I even imagined it would be. Alright, so here's a little hint, a little clue. Boom, there's Super Godzilla. So he's one of the bosses. He's technically the final boss, and there's another boss after him, which is kind of like a bonus boss. But here's where I stop the game because I don't want to go any further from here. So there you go, guys. Oh yeah, there's also a how to play section if you need it. So I'm pretty much out of time, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Links are in the description below to play them. Please go play the game. Please support it. Please tell us how it is. Do let's plays, do reviews, and I can't believe we made it. Here it is. I'm so happy. So thank you guys so much for watching. Go play the game. Please go play it and tell us how it is. All right. Well, I will see you guys later. Stay Big G fans.